Good morning, guys. Today we will see our next topic. That is, in previous lecture we have studied or discussed the things related to your controlling and directing. Okay, so we have discussed the introductory part of the directing and controlling. Okay, now we will move to the next topic, that is importance of the directing. Okay, so what is the importance of the directing in management? Okay, so if we plan, if we have planned a strategic plan to to achieve our objectives or goal, so directing is the main element in this. Main function is the, actually there are 5 to 6 functions are there. So first one is what you are organizing, planning, organizing, then directing, then controlling, and last one is your commanding. So as we have studied these two tools in previous unit, now we have started this third unit yesterday. So we will move to the next topic, that is importance of the directing. Okay, so what is the importance of the directing? So it guides and helps the subordinates or employees. Okay, so it guides and helps the subordinates to complete the given task properly and as per schedule. Okay, so to complete the given task in a given time or as per schedule, so this supervisor, he is responsible person to guide and to help his subordinates. Okay, so first important point related to your directing is what? The directing, it will guide and helps to the employees to complete their task in a given time as well as according to the schedule. The next important point related to your directing is what? It provides the necessary motivation to the subordinates to complete the work satisfactorily and strive to the best. Okay, it means what? We need to increase the efficiency of the employees, so we need to motivate all the employees in that way, so they will complete their task in a given time. So it means what? So directing or the supervisor, supervisor is the responsible person, that he should have such characteristics that he could motivate all his employees or subordinates to complete the given task in a given time and also complete the given task satisfactorily. So he should have such characteristics of the motivation. Then next one is what? Next important point related to your directing is what? It helps in maintaining discipline and rewarding those who do well. Okay, it means what? So directing, it is nothing but what? Leading. So leading, it relates to the maintaining the discipline among the employees. Okay, or maintaining the discipline while working, while in the working conditions, maintaining the discipline among the employees. So it is responsible, this directing is responsible tool to maintain the discipline among the peoples or among the employees while they are doing their work. Okay, and next one is what? Directing involves supervision. Okay, obviously supervisor, he is the responsible to guide, help, to motivate all the employees. So it means he is the responsible person to supervise all his subordinates or all his employees. Okay, so this is the importance of the directing. Okay, now what are the basic elements of the directing? Okay, so as directing involves leadership, motivation, communication, and coordination. So these four parts, these are the basic elements of the directing. So first one is what? Your leadership, second one is your motivation, third one is your communication, and fourth one is your coordination. So now we will see the first element of the directing. This is nothing but your leadership. So leadership is what? Actually we have studied this leadership or leading property in our previous lectures. That is what? Leadership, it is nothing but we need to guide, we need to help our employees or subordinates to complete their task in a given way, or we need to guide all the employees or all the subordinates in a proper direction to complete their task in given time. So actually the management is doing things right, but leadership is doing the right things. Okay, it means what? By supervising or by having control over the employees, or by helping or by guiding to the employees, we can achieve our objectives. Okay, so leadership, it is nothing but to help, to guide, or to have supervision on their employees to complete the given task in a disciplined manner. Okay, so this is nothing but your leadership. Okay, so definition, what is the basic definition of this leadership? So ability to positively influence people and systems to have a meaningful impact and achieve results. So leadership, it is nothing but it is an ability. So the ability to positively influence the people means we need to influence the people's in positive direction, so that they can achieve their objectives. So it is nothing but an ability of a supervisor to positively influence the people as well as to influence the system to have a meaningful impact and achieve results. Okay, so by influencing peoples or employees, they will work in a proper direction and achieve their goals or objectives. So this is nothing but your leadership. Okay, so four words are very important in this leadership. So first one is what? Your leading the people. And second one is your influencing people. Influencing people means motivating the people or employees. Third one is what? Commanding people. So this supervisor should have such characteristic of commanding, so that all peoples should listen to her commands and should do their works in a proper direction. And last one is what? Guiding the people. So he has such a property or such characteristics that he should have he will guide all the employees in a proper direction to achieve their objectives. So this leadership has four words. The leadership has four most important words, and which are leading, influencing, commanding, and guiding. So leading is what we need to this supervisor has this leading property to lead the people in right direction. Influencing people means he should have such characteristics to motivate all his employees to achieve their objectives. Similarly, commanding and guiding. Okay, so remember these four words while defining your leadership definition. Okay, so this is nothing but ability to positively influence people and system to have a meaningful impact and achieve results. Okay, now what are the basic characteristics of the leadership? So basic characteristics of the leaderships are: the leader must have followers. Then second characteristic is what? It is working relationship between leaders and followers. Okay, there must be some relationship between the leadership and between the leaders and his followers or employees. Then third property is what, or third characteristic of the leadership is what? The purpose is to achieve some common objective. Okay, so leadership actually the main goal or main objective of the leadership is what? To achieve the goal of the system. Then a leader, fourth one is what? A leader influences his followers willingly, not by force. It means what? He influences all his employees, and it is not by force, but he should have such type of willing to influence all the employees. Then fifth one is what? Leadership is power relationship. Okay, so he should have his relationship, a good relationship with his employees or with his subordinates. And fourth one is what? It is a continuous process. So as we know that as management is a continuous process, so leadership is also a continuous process. Okay, then we will see some types of the leadership or leadership style. So there are three basic leadership styles. So first one is what? Autocratic leadership style. Second one is what? Democratic leadership style. And third one is what? Free run leadership style. So basically autocratic means independently. So leader or supervisor will take his decisions independently, because such type of decisions are very important in a certain situations or in a difficult situations. Then next one is what? Democratic leadership type. Democratic means was he will take decisions with the help of all his subordinates or employees. And last one is what? Free rein leadership is what? The employee is responsible to take his decisions on its own. Okay, so we will see in it these three types in three leadership styles in brief. So first one is what? Autocratic. So a leadership style where the leader makes all decisions independently or without consulting with others. Okay, so autocratic means independently. So a leader will take all his decisions independently without consulting to his subordinates or his employees. Okay, so advantage is what? In certain situations or in difficult situations, such as in urgent task or military actions, so this leader should have such ability to take all the decisions on its own. Means he will take his decisions independently, means without consulting to his subordinates. Now disadvantages was actually such type of decisions will be very poor decisions or very great decisions, but in such cases the decisions taken by independently these decisions are very poor decisions because he has taken these decisions in a very urgent situations. Then also these decisions are taken without consulting the peoples. Okay, so it means what? The poor level up here, the level of motivation will decrease towards the employees. And these are the advantages and disadvantages of the autocratic leadership style. So autocratic means the leader will take his decisions without coordinating with his subordinates or employees, and he will take his decisions independently. Now next, second style, these are the some examples of the autocratic leadership. Means soldiers will take his decisions on its own, because in certain situations or difficult situations he is the main responsible person, so he will take his decisions independently. Then second, you will see a boss in the company or any departmental head in the company, he will take his decisions on its own without consulting his employees. So such type of examples of these are the examples of the autocratic leaderships. Then second one is what? Democratic. Now democratic means what? We need to take all the decisions with the help of our employees. Okay, so a leadership style where a leader encourages employee participation in decision making. It means what? All the decisions will be taken by employees coordination. Okay, now the type of consultative, it is a consultative type actually, because it means what? With the help of consulting peoples or with the help of all the employees or subordinates, we will take our decisions. Okay, so advantage is what? Such type of decisions are very better decisions, because all the employees have given their suggestions to make the decisions, so such type of decisions are very better decisions. And here the motivation to the employees will be increased in this case. Now disadvantage, it was actually such type of decisions are delayed. Okay, because it will take time to decide, or it will take time to get suggestions from the peoples and get decisions from the people, so it is a delayed in nature, and long consultation will be required to make the decisions. These are the disadvantages. So democratic, it means what? A leadership style where a leader encourages his employees to participate in decision making, and all the decisions here will be taken by consulting with the employees. And next one is what? Now who are the democratic leaders? As we know that in our constituency all the decisions will be taken by our MLAs. Okay, so with the help of or with consulting with the MLAs, all the decisions will be taken. Okay, then next one is what? A group members or all the employees will be the responsible to take some decisions. Okay, to carry the decisions to his boss. So such type of these are some examples of the democratic leaders. The next one is what? Free rein decisions. Okay, a leadership style where employees are encouraged to make their own decisions. Okay, some situations are there where if the boss is absent in some critical situations, then employee is the responsible to take his decisions on its own. So such type of decisions or such type of leadership style is known as free rein leadership style. Okay, now advantages was more freedom for employees. Okay, as employee is the main responsible person in absentee of his boss, so more freedom is given to the employee in that case. And disadvantages was few guidelines. Actually, with the help of few guidelines, little incentive and poor motivation, it may be a mess. It means what? With the help of proper guidelines, the employee will take his decisions. So it is a poor decision type. So this is the leadership style, free rein leadership style. So there are three. First one is autocratic, second one is democratic, and third one is your free rein leadership style. Okay, so this is the brief. In brief, we can see the leadership style now. So first one is autocratic. So autocratic, it means boss makes decisions on their own without consulting employees. This is nothing but autocratic, means the boss will take his decisions independently. Democratic means he involves, or boss involves, subordinates or employees in making decisions. And third one is what? Free rein leadership. Here leader believes in minimal supervision, leaving most decisions to the subordinates. Means in this case, employees will take his decisions on its own. So, and this can be distinguished by this figure. So autocratic means, so first do X, it means, so leader will say do X, means do whatever I said. And this is the order given to the employees. Then second is what? Here democratic means what? Here the boss will take the suggestions from his employees. So which is best, X or Y? Okay, so there will be some debate on this, which is based on X and Y, and some suggestions will be taken from the employees, and finally the decisions will be taken based on the employees' suggestions. And do X or Y as you see fit. Middle one is what? Do X or Y as you fit. It means what? If which one is possible, or which things are possible, or which things are fit, do whatever you. Means it means what? In this case, the employees are responsible to take her decisions on its own. So this is nothing but a free rein leadership style. So in this way, we have covered leadership, first element of the directing, that is leadership, in which we have studied three basic types of the leadership style. So first one is what? Your autocratic, second one is your democratic, and third one is free rein. So in autocratic, independent boss is responsible. In democratic, he will be taking all the decisions with the help of his subordinates. And third one is free rein leadership. So in free rein leadership, employee is responsible to take his decisions on its own. So this is nothing but your first element. So first element is what? Your leadership. Now in next lecture, we will see the next remaining elements, that is motivation, commanding. Okay, so these remaining 2 to 3 elements we will see in next lecture. So here I am concluding my lecture, and we will see the remaining part in next lecture. Thank you.